Hopeless course for River Plate. They're looking to self-esteem, really, to keep the score down. But it's such a significant result, this one. Newell's would appear to be well on their way to 2 points and to strengthening their position at the summit of the Argentine League. A corner kick taken by Raggio. The goalkeeper hasn't come for it. There's a chance of a third here. Gamboa still tussling, wants to swing the ball across. It's beyond the goalkeeper. And somehow, goodness knows how, the ball stayed out. What an anxious time this one is for Borella. That looked as though it might curve in at the far post. It's gone out of play. Much I have to say to the relief of this River Plate side. They'll be delighted to get off to the sanctuary of their dressing room. In quickly this time was Job. Pochettino on to Berti. They have a good record on this ground anyway in recent years, the Newells. And it looks as though they're going to add to that record today as Mendoza cuts the ball back. Here's another one, Lunari! 3-0. And it's turning into a romp now for the men from Rosario. And that might be a headline in the morning papers, Rosario romp. And Lunari took it well. Again, the defence all at 6s and 7s. And I suppose 6s and 7s might be on their mind. They don't want to concede that many, not at home. It really is humiliation in front of their own supporters, but only to be expected when you're down to 8 players. And really, Mendoza's having a field day here, cutting the ball back, and Lunari took full toll of the gap. And that's the way to make it 3-0. Well, they've hardly been out of their own half for the last few minutes, and Hawine it is this time who concedes another free kick, and Newell's look to build on this 3-goal advantage. And they can also have the benefit and luxury indeed of bringing on a second substitute. They're queuing up for another shot. Oh, off the crossbar. The keeper might have got a touch, but I think that's what Berizzo is complaining about. He thought the goalkeeper had touched it. It actually came off the crossbar. And there is the substitute who wants to get on, Marcello Escudero. He'll replace Domizzi. The joint top scorer, disappointed I would imagine not to have the opportunity of getting on the team sheet today, but a little kiss for his substitute, Escudero. And what a great time to come on. When you're only up against 8 men, your fans are happy, and there are goals there for the taking, it would appear. Well, Newell's had a win against Huracan last week, and they've got a very good unbeaten run, 11, and it's going to be 12 after today. Indeed, they've only lost one of their last 4 away games in this stadium, so it's turning out to be a very happy hunting ground for them. And just a reminder, later we'll also see how the match in Rosario between the local clubs Central and Boca Juniors went on, and highlights from 3 other matches as well, plus the latest league table. I reckon Newell's old boys will be right up there at the top. Well, much will depend on how Boca have done, of course, in that game in Rosario. At full stretch again, Hawine cleared it, picked up and played over the top by Berizzo. They're at full stretch once more. Not a good cutback. Berti couldn't win it. Nice little dummy from Raggio. And you still have to give credit to Newell's, although it's obvious that with 11 men against 8 they should make the gaps. They've done so very well. They've created their chances, and it could have been more than 3 already. But there is the man at the centre of the attention, and his name will be in the headlines in the morning papers. But a great day for the red and black supporters. And a not very great day for Daniel Passarella's men. I'm sure they can't wait to get off now. But there are a few minutes left yet. as that ball is played wide again, and then inside from Raggio. Will take it on once more from Jop. Back to Pochettino. Well, they can afford to do what they want. Here is Mendoza. He's the man you feel has the key to the door all the time. And another ball in, the goalkeeper in no man's land once more. He whined the chance to clear. And look at that, he just had nobody to pass the ball to. As it's turned out, Gamboa's ball out wasn't very confident either. And another free kick given, and the referee looks to be reaching into his pocket yet again. But what's he going to do now? Higuain it was. Oh, it's another red! Well, this is getting out of hand. Higuain, the captain, is sent off, and River Plate are now going to be down to 7 men. And if anybody objects to that, well, they'll go as well. I'm sure Daniel Passarella has urged his men not to complain. Higuain is going to leave the field without protest. And River Plate now are down to 7, and I did mention it earlier, but that means that Higuain, who was once sent off playing for San Lorenzo against Newell's, has been dismissed again for that challenge there, and I thought that Gamboa made a bit of a meal of that. And well, Higuain sent off in yet another game in which so many players have been sent off. Actually, he's made a bit of a habit of it. He's been sent off now 4 times in the last 2 seasons. And the referee continues to make a name for himself while taking names all the time. Mendoza up against 7 men. They want a 4th goal. Lunari's ball inside. Well, they're all up there. Gamboa's fancying another crack. This time it's deflected. Well, Kamitsa, the goalkeeper, is off. Higuain, their central defender, is off. Basualdo, their right-sided midfield player, is off. And Acosta, their striker, is off. 4 players from all over the pitch sent off. What can they do about it? They're 3 down. This might be a 4th. Oh, that's delightful. Well, on any day, that's a cracking goal from Lunari. His second, delightfully floated over the top of the goalkeeper Borella. And that was almost like a 9-iron on a golf course. It was beautifully done. And Lunari inevitably has got a 4th goal here for Newell's Old Boys. And the storylines just keep on coming in this match. Again, the supply line was from Mendoza, and that's beautifully done. Delicate in the extreme, and Lunari is really making River Plate pay for their indiscretions elsewhere on the field. 4-0. But I have to say, I have some sympathy with River Plate. Apart from that scoreline, I think the referee has been somewhat unjust to them today. Even the Acosta sending off baffled me. The 2 which followed were unnecessary, really. Players complaining, and I thought that they'd some justification for that. And then Higuain sent off for a tackle which, to say the least, Gamboa had made a lot of. And here's Mendoza once more, and the heart seems to have gone out of River Plate now. He's teeing up number 5. It's the substitute Tudor. 5-0, what a home hammering for River Plate. They don't care, the Newell's Old Boys fans, they just want to see the ball going in the net. And they've seen it 5 times. And this now has become a total humiliation for River Plate. I think if you'd have asked any football fan to predict the scoreline of this match before the start of this game, 0-5 wouldn't have even figured in the thinking. It couldn't have done. And yet again, Tudor was set up by number 11 Mendoza. The quality of his passing has been exemplary, and that's a good finish for 5-0. And at the end of the game, the referee stands implacably. The Newell's Old Boys players shake his hand. I haven't seen a River Plate player approach the referee. I don't think any of theirs are going to be thanking him very much for that scoreline of River Plate 0, Newell's Old Boys 5. The referee will need an escort. And the Newell's Old Boys fans take the salute from their supporters. They could hardly have expected an easier victory. And now let's have a look at the way the rest of the games went in Argentina. nothing as extraordinary as that. But first of all, it's Vélez Sarsfield against Argentinos Juniors, 6th against 18th in the table. A predictable home win on the cards, and that's the way it turned out, though there were colossal appeals for offside there before Flores got the only goal of the game for the home side, Vélez Sarsfield, and it looked like a justified appeal as well. Flores didn't stop to ask. Ferrocarril Erste, 9th in the table against San Lorenzo in 19th. And this also was a game in which the sides were separated by just one score, and it was that header from Alegre which gave the points to Ferrocarril, stealing into space inside the penalty area. Alegre the scorer of the only goal for Ferrocarril against San Lorenzo. Now Rosario Central against Boca Juniors, the other big match between the two cities, and what a day it turned out to be for the city of Rosario. Here they are taking the lead with that goal from Uriembre. There it is, a little tap in, Boca called, as the goalkeeper Navarro Montoya was struggling. No question of offside because of the defender on the line, and Uriembre the goal scorer. Goal number 2 came up in the second half. Galloni the man this time. That's a very, very good chip indeed over the top of Navarro Montoya. And Galloni's goal made it 2-0 on the day to Rosario Central. And what a very bad day it turned out to be for the big two in Buenos Aires. We've already seen River Plate humiliated at home, and now Boca Juniors going down to a 3-0 defeat because Rosario came again. All the goals, remember, in the second half, and that's David Visconti turning the ball in. He got past Giuntini, and then there it is, flicked past Navarro Montoya for a final score of 3-0. And finally today we look at Gimnasia against Quilmes, and again here the away side goalless. The first goal scored in the first half for Gimnasia, and it was a goal from Fernandez, who was inside the penalty area and beats that despairing dive from the Quilmes goalkeeper, and Fernandez's header gave the lead to Gimnasia, the side from La Plata. That was the only goal of the first half. In the second half, though, Gimnasia again, the goalkeeper not too sure, the ball knocked up in the air, and it was really bobbling around until it fell at the foot of Schelotto, and he hammered it in with his left foot. You can see him, number 10 in the centre of your picture, just waiting for the moment, and he delivered the coup de grace. 2-0 from the foot of Schelotto. And the third goal was a result of a dreadful clearance there. The ball picked up on the right-hand side and some more poor defending, and then eventually it's a little nodder in from Guerrero from no more than a couple of yards out. The goals really in this game were gifts, and Guerrero made the most of his to give us a final score there of Gimnasia La Plata 3, Quilmes